Welcome to Ordo Militaris Radio TV. We are lifelong Catholics, and what we do here is for free in love of Jesus Christ and the Most Holy Trinity and His Holy Church, and will defend our Holy Mother, the Church. Our work is a true sense of apostolate. Any funds raised goes back into this work for equipment. This helps us to give you an unbiased, hard-hitting truth that is not controlled by political correctness or interest groups. Today's topic is the new Polish National Guard. Welcome, Brother Alexis.
Thank you, AJ, for having me on Ordo Militaris Radio TV to talk about this wonderful inspiration of the Holy Spirit. Or here in Ordo Militaris Catholicism, we have been laboring, praying, working, encouraging for 4 years that Catholics become militant, and it seems that the fire has broken out in Poland, the fire of the Holy Spirit, and what's been going on in Poland that has gotten Catholics riled in Poland and finally acting like Catholics? What's been going on the last few days, AJ, last week?
They pretty much outlawed all abortions at the Supreme Court level, whatever that court's called. And so right after that decision, probably fair to say George Soros, radicals, left-wing politicians came out of the woodwork and just began attacking churches and profaning, using vulgarity, and now causing riots in Poland. And even during Sunday, they broke into a few churches, defamed them. I think from what I read, they even got hold of the Blessed Sacrament, did evil to that, to our Lord. I know they went to Poznan and defaced the place where Pope John Paul II is shrine there, especially outside. His statue got all vandalized.
And so this has gotten the Poles just really riled up, hasn't it?
Oh yeah. And when all these things are coming out live, I was retweeting them live, saying to the president of Poland, you got to act, you got to put them down hard, you got to make an example of them, you got to defend Poland. What happens the next day when I learned about the Pope John Paul II statue? I could not tweet to the man.
Yeah, and we mentioned this in our program earlier yesterday about, well, that's just bizarre. It's either Twitter's blocking him or his secretary. But now, just about an hour ago, I see a tweet from one of the people I follow in Poland on Militaris Cath, not I follow, but the main account follows. And this group of Catholics got together and they're defending their church, and they've came out in force. I mean, hundreds of them with flags. And I tracked down the stories, and we found this Robert Barshowitz. I think that's how you pronounce his name. I don't know how to pronounce it. What is he the head of, and what is his cry? What is his call? Maybe you can tell us what he's going to do in Poland and about this initiative.
Okay, he's the president of the independent marches that you see when they recognize and show their love of Poland for what did happen when Poland got their independence and fought for the miracle of the Vistula and all that. He's the one who creates all these marches every year. He's also a Polish journalist, and he's my kind of journalist.
And he's a devout Roman Catholic. On his Twitter page, he has a picture of Our Lady Czestochowa. And he doesn't call himself the president of the March organization. He calls himself the Roman Catholic president of the March Association. So this is someone who knows his faith, but read for us his call to arms, as it were, that is really absolutely just so 100% the spirit of our order, we should make him an honorary member just for this. But this is a call to arms that's going to echo around the world. So read what you can make of it in English translation, AJ.
At the Monday press conference organized in front of the Holy Cross Basilica in Warsaw, the president of the Independent March Association argued that we are in the midst of a new Bolshevik revolution. We do not want those environments that are anti-civilization environments to attack us Catholics. Therefore, we are establishing a certain kind of self-defense, Catholic self-defense civilization. He announced the organization will be called the National Guard. I encourage everyone to join this organization. We will defend every church, every neighborhood, every city, every village. From this place, I call all Catholics that enough of this pacifist attitude, which caused that today's gangs of rabble into the church, profane the altars, profane the Blessed Sacrament, use vulgar public words. Yes, this is a war, and we are joining this war.
That's excellent. It's just excellent. It makes you want to wish that you had Polish blood in you just to hear that words. Here's a Catholic with, you know what, and he's not like this bunch of sissies that control media in the English-speaking world. These bunch of wallpaper, do nothing, surrender, and compromise monkeys. This guy is great.
He goes on. Bakowitz argued that during the Sunday protests, it was the national side that was attacked by left-wing activists. The police did not react to it at all. The police called for us not to pray because it is provoking. These people want to destroy us and crush us. From this point, I am saying that the sword of justice hangs over them, and if we have to, we will crush them to dust and destroy this revolution.
God bless them. The police are telling the Catholics not to pray because it's provoking. I think the president has turned into a Jew or something, or a Freemason, because no Catholic would say that prayer provokes.
Yeah.
That's outrageous.
And he goes on, left-wing circles say that this is a war. Yes, it is a war. We are joining this war. From this place, I call upon all Catholics, patriots, especially priests and bishops, for a witness, the testimony needed today, faith, sacrifice. Let us get up from the comfortable sofas, in front of the televisions, in front of monitors. Let us start fighting for Poland, for Catholic Poland, faithful to the principles and morals.
It's excellent. Would we have Catholics like this in every nation?
Yeah. He added that he would defend the values close to him, even if it had to be done physically. Because we defend our families, our priests, our cultural heritage.
Wonderful, wonderful sentiments. This is really 100% Catholic. And, you know, we Catholics have to stop taking it from the Masonic system, because this new Bolshevik revolution, which is the lockdown and everything, and Antifa and everything involved in it, all the lying and all the fraud, that's the Masonic system. And we need to stop taking it from the Masonic system. We need to start instead taking down the Masonic system. We are way more numerous than the Freemasons. We need to form militant Catholic political parties in every nation and go full Deus Vult against them, without compromises and without treaties. And if we need to get physical, we should get physical. You know, Catholics, if they wanted to, could start revolutions in November and take back all the governments in the West in 1 year. We have the wealth, we have the talent, we have the know-how, we have the manpower. We lack only the will to serve Jesus Christ. That's the only reason we're not free.
And I just found him on Twitter. I followed him. I told him what I did during the weekend when all this was breaking out, and how the president blocked me, and I shared some Polish history with him in the PS video. So, and that I fully support him.
Great. I hope we find more news about him and what the organization's doing. You can be sure that probably every financial system will deplatform him and his organization overnight, because they are all the enemies of the church, and they know this guy is a threat, and they'll come after him. But we Catholics all need to threaten the Masonic system that way. We all need to take those words to heart and say them in our own nation, because there's plenty of Catholics in every nation to take back their country.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about the West now. Even in Africa, most of the countries now are a majority Catholic. There's enough of us to do it. We lack only the will to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And this doesn't mean we have to be violent. We can do political parties, as we're saying, but we need to have no treaties and no compromises, and none of this trash talking. We'll never succeed. We have to vote Republican. Like the mindless idiot Catholics in this country that are a bunch of frauds and traitors and closet Freemasons, because that's what they are. They're a bunch of trash. And this man, Robert Bajewicz, I don't know how to pronounce his name, is a great Catholic. This is a man who knows what's going on in the world. He says it's a Bolshevik revolution. That's what it is. It's not Bajewicz, I think, Bajewicz, Robert Bajewicz. God bless him. May God preserve him, and may the holy angels watch over him. And we need to respond to this call all around the world. And this is not like what went on in America at St. Louis, defending the statue. You know, the defending the statue of St. Louis. That was billed as a Catholic action. It was not. The organizer is a raving sodomite who lives with a man. He organized that only to get score points for the Republican Party. He got a whole bunch of people involved in that, whether they were Freemasons, and they all went up there to get in front of the lights and say that they're Catholic. Catholics don't act that way. You know, if I'm saying my rosary and someone gets in my way and starts yelling in my face, I'm not going to sit there and take it, and I shouldn't take it. He is committing a sacrilege by invading my prayer, and he's going to get some physical reaction out of me. What they were doing there was just totally Masonic. You sit there and don't do anything. That's not Catholic. The Masons don't want you to react because they know you can win if you do, and they don't want you to win. They want you to lose. And and that whole, defend the statue was just show.
Yeah.
They didn't set up an organization that's there 24/7. They didn't do anything about it. I don't even think they filed charges on the people that harassed them. That's not Catholic. Catholic solves the problem.
Yeah.
Catholic cleans out the neighborhood. Catholic cleans out the town. We're not sons of crusaders. And the Poles are doing something that we in the West, our ancestors did 700 years ago. We need to get back to the tradition of our forefathers.
I was blocked for it. I was calling for the restoration of the winged hussars. Yeah.
Poland has, go ahead.
Yeah, I was calling for that, where the Polish Special Forces, the Grand unit, to be used as police just to go in at nighttime and round up all these traitors and put them in prison for life and strip them of their citizenship and all that stuff. But I was blocked for it.
Yeah, this is the only way you can defend a nation. One of the big weaknesses of the American system is it doesn't allow you to exile people who are traitors. And that's a Masonic error, so that you can never get rid of the opposition. Okay, you can never get rid of the enemies of the state, and that's not Catholic. Catholic would just go, you either get or you go. That's the Catholic solution. And a government that doesn't want to do that is not really interested in protecting its people.
So, Robert, if you're listening, I'll probably tag you in this video, but if you can, form your own political party and run.
Mm-hmm. And with your National Guard, just don't make it a political movement. Found your own security company, arm citizens, form actually arm militia, and take back the streets. And if the city government is not defending the faith, you take the city government out
Mm-hmm.
and you put in a Catholic government. You don't have to be violent. Just go into their office and negotiate with them, and they'll resign from their office right away. And then you have new elections. Because the government, it's telling you that you're being provocative by praying, is a government that has already decided to betray you. That's a government already on the side of George Soros. And there's something wrong in the ruling party, okay, that shut down all the Catholic churches during the lockdown and is now telling Catholics not to pray. I don't think they're a Polish party anymore. I think they've sold out to the globalists.
Yeah. So like the first 4 years, they were all nice, nationalist, Polish. In the next 4 years to get reelected, all this breaks out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Once these parties that pretend to be conservative get in power again, then they show their true face. I knew there was something wrong with the ruling party because they had an excellent president. And then all of a sudden she resigned for no reason. And the vice president became president. And the vice president's married to a Jew. Now, what kind of Pole would marry a Jew? I mean, why would he? I'm not saying it's wrong to marry a Jew, but if you want to be president of your country, why would you marry someone who's not your ethnicity? And Poland is a nation. It's not like Italy. It has its own ethnicity. So, and why is a party promoting to the presidency someone who's not married to a Pole? What's wrong with Polish women? It's a real insult to the Polish women of the nation. So there's something really wrong in that ruling party. It's almost like they've been infiltrated by the globalists and they're going to now flip colors. And I think that's what happened. And I know a lot of Poles see on Twitter, they said, well, after they close down the churches, that's it. I'm never going to vote ruling party again. And I fear this is what's happened. I fear that the globalists have taken control of the Polish government now, and they're going to let the left now attack the churches.
Mm-hmm. If they think this is going to work, boy, they don't know their history.
The Polish people need to rise. This is not a time for compromises. This is not time for peace talks. This is not time for gentility. This is the time to break out any gun you have in your house and go into the piazza and protest and take back your country. You don't need globalists running. You need devout Catholics. And if they're not going to stand up and defend the Catholic faith and the Catholic Church, then they should not be in government. Okay, they should not. They should be removed from government. They should be removed from the military. They should be removed from the police. They should be removed from any institution in the country. And that's the only way you're going to protect Poland, because they don't want Poland. They want you to submit to the EU and become a secular, Masonic, godless state. And you need to roll back all the errors that they've tried to infiltrate into Poland after the wall came down, because the Poles were really devout when Lech Walesa was alive and communism was overthrown. They did a wonderful thing there, taking down the communist regime with all their protests they did. And the great Father Papliwski, who was murdered and is a great martyr of Poland for preaching the truth from the pulpit. And if the Masons can't get you openly, they try to come in the back door. And I think that's what they're trying to do in Poland.
Yep.
So, Robert, I think you're inspired of God. You need now, God has given you a leadership position. Raise the banner of Poland, raise the crucifix, and march on. And God will be at your back, and God will send you many holy Polish people to stand with you. Do not give up. You are on a crusade, and your example is going to set fire to the whole Catholic world. And I thank you for it, and I thank God for it.
Yeah. So we'll be watching what happens after this. Well, we're both our accounts are following him, his news organization, his other organization. So hopefully, unless Twitter has him blocked, we'll be getting updates on this. So stay tuned for that. And stay tuned for tomorrow. We'll be talking about Henry Ford and the Nazi Party. This is Order Militaris Radio TV signing off. Deus Volt.
Deus Volt.